Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Anti-Woke Warrior. I have a crazy video for you today. I hope everybody out there is doing well. Thank you all for stopping by and supporting my work. I do appreciate everybody who stops on my channel and gives me a watch, gives me a like, gives me a comment, a share. All that stuff helps the algorithm. You can find me over on Rumble and on Twitter. Now, this video I came across a few days ago, and I was like, what is this? This is insane. Mel Gibson exposed Hollywood and predicted his downfall in 1998. And this video is actually targeting Oprah Winfrey. You're not gonna believe it when you see it. I don't know if it's true or not, but we're gonna look at this video, and I'll make commentary. You can tell me if you know anything about this or what your thoughts are down in the comments, please. I do want people to engage with this one, especially. Now, if you haven't been staying to the end of my videos, remember I started putting palette cleansers at the ends of my videos. There's little palette cleansers there that kind of wash away some of the stuff that we're talking about, because it gets pretty intense. This is all coming out since this Sound of Freedom movie came out. I have not seen Sound of Freedom. I'm not going to see it. I am not going to see Sound of Freedom. I apologize if everybody was hoping that I would go out and see it, but I won't be able to handle it. I had to stop watching Law & Order SVU in 2003, 2004, something like that. And that show, it's been on the air for 25 years now. I couldn't handle it. It's just too intense for me. I mean, I know this stuff happens. I don't want it to be depicted for me. It's horrifying to me. So I can't watch Sound of Freedom. I'd just be like jumping off a bridge. No good. So let's get into this video and see if any of this is real. It's just so crazy. Watch.
You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on, because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
You're 7 years old and someone is stroking you. It feels good.
What did Oprah just say? Now, I don't know the full context of that. Maybe she was just talking about, like, yeah, this is what happens. But if she was endorsing that, I didn't cut that. That was not me editing that word. It was the D word, right? That's kind of creepy. Let's move on.
Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
The latest buzz in Tinseltown is all about Mel Gibson's explosive revelations in the film Sound of Freedom. Brace yourselves as Mel pulls back the curtain on the dark underbelly of Hollywood's elite, exposing their alleged involvement in the scandalous world of illicit human trade. And guess who's caught right in the middle of it? None other than the iconic Oprah Winfrey herself. So what exactly did Mel say?
Our future is our children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness.
In the glitzy world of Hollywood, where controversies and scandals are the talk of the town, it's surprising how one particular movie has managed to fly under the radar. Sound of Freedom, directed by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde, delves deep into the dark underbelly of illegal human trade, revealing the shocking methods employed by the elite to lure innocent victims into their sinister rings. But what's even more intriguing is the lack of buzz, press coverage, and endorsements surrounding this important film.
Why is a film starring a big actor, an established director, and being promoted by Mel Gibson is not being shown in cinemas?
It seems the message of the movie has ruffled some powerful feathers. Why, you ask? Well, in the movie, former action star Mel Gibson takes the lead role in Sound of Freedom, portraying the true story of ex-government agent Tim Ballard, who leaves the government to establish Operation Underground Railroad, dedicated to...
I think that's inaccurate. It was kind of weird that they're saying it's Tim Ballard, but Mel Gibson is starring. Mel Gibson, he's not in this movie, is he?
Rescuing children from the clutches of illegal human trade rings. The film sheds light on the horrors of this abhorrent industry, aiming to raise awareness and mobilize action against it. However, despite the urgency of the topic, major streaming platforms like Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu shockingly rejected the movie, refusing to give it a platform for worldwide exposure. It's a puzzling move, considering these platforms are often at the forefront of promoting socially conscious content.
Yes, those platforms that are at the forefront of promoting socially conscious content. To them, this is not an issue, though. This is not a problem. Calling somebody the wrong pronouns, now that's a problem. However, your kid getting taken and have horrible things done to them, that's okay. It just happened to a girl in my hometown. I knew her older brother. He was about my age. She just disappeared. We don't know what happened to her. She was like 12 years old, just disappeared. And I'm assuming this is where she ended up. I don't know. It's tragic to think about, but that's just the reality.
Could it be that the film's explosive revelations hit a little too close to home for some? Adding fuel to the fire, celebrity voices that are typically quick to endorse woke causes have remained eerily silent about Sound of Freedom. It's as if the Hollywood elite have collectively turned a blind eye to a film that exposes their own industry's dirty secrets.
No. This is all a QAnon conspiracy theory, you know. This is all, you know, anything that disagrees with the woke propaganda is just QAnon. Don't you know? Come on now.
Support from these influential figures raises questions about their true commitment to social justice and human rights. But the intrigue doesn't end there. Sound of Freedom was initially in the hands of Disney, which acquired the rights after its merger with 21st Century Fox in 2019. However, the House of Mouse mysteriously shelved the project, leaving many to wonder why. Whispers in the industry suggest a more sinister motive behind the rejection and lack of promotion for Sound of Freedom. Accusations circulate that the likes of Disney, Netflix, and Amazon Prime deliberately avoided obtaining the rights to the film to allegedly prevent the truth about child AB and the illegal trade from reaching global viewers. Could it be an attempt to cover a specific group of industry elites? You see, these so-called industry big shots who wield immense power behind the scenes of Hollywood have always presented themselves as philanthropists with hearts of gold. But what if their true intentions were far more sinister than we could have ever imagined?
Oh, man. You know, we all have these urges to engage in this reproductive act. It's part of being human. But you don't do it with kids. You don't do it with kids. I don't understand these people that want to do this with children. I don't get it at all. I don't know. I'm just not that person. What can I say?
Imagine that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track.
One such group of elites is the Good Club. This is the creme de la creme of global elites. According to The Guardian, this exclusive group of billionaire philanthropists holds...
They're called the Good Club and they want to save the world. Huh. The small elite group of billionaire philanthropists who met recently to discuss solving the planet's problems. So solving the planet's problems includes ESG, DEI. Those are making things worse. Those are irrational religious beliefs. What the hell?
top secret meetings right in the heart of New York City. Names like Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner often grace the guest list. But also, lesser known but equally wealthy figures like Eli and Edith Broad also make appearances, making us wonder what really goes on behind closed doors. Now, one name that sticks out is Oprah Winfrey. We all know her as the billionaire show host and philanthropist with a name larger than life, right? Wrong. Buckle up, because there's a side of Oprah that she'd rather keep hidden, and it's far from admirable. Is it possible that the Queen of Talk has a darker side that she doesn't want us to see?
Oh, I know it's possible. I've seen the video where I think I put this in one of my videos, like from a couple years ago now, but I don't know which video that would be. Otherwise, I would link it for you. On her Apple TV show, she was saying racist things against white people. Now, I'm not the thought police. You can think whatever you want to think. But the thing that I've noticed about these people who are against white people, the reasoning behind it is, oh, white people are colonizers, they say. White people are oppressive to black people. White people are hunting down black people. All those things are from the past. We don't do those things anymore. You could say America is an imperialist country, very light imperialist country. But America is not white people. Yeah, the majority of the population is white. But Colin Powell was the head of the military. He's black. President Obama? He was also black. I mean, so you see there's people in leadership roles in this country who are not white. So it's not white people doing this. So why are you blaming white people for this? Look at somebody like me. My grandmother immigrated here from Eastern Europe in 1919 when she was a teenager. How much of a hand did she have in sculpting this so-called white supremacy that's happening in the country? It's because it's not happening, right? We know this. You're watching my channel. You probably agree with me. Yeah, white supremacy is stupid. It's not happening. Everybody has the opportunity to build themselves up as much as they want to reach the upper echelons of society, of economics, etc. Doesn't matter what race you are.
Well, the highly anticipated film, Sound of Freedom, is set to expose the shocking methods used by the Hollywood elites to trap innocent victims. While the movie doesn't explicitly name Oprah, her alleged connections to notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein cannot be ignored. You see, despite Weinstein's long-standing reputation as a predator, Oprah maintained a close relationship with him. Speculation arose that she may have even encouraged actresses to work with him, leading to accusations of her complicity in the alleged misconduct.
Now, that's disgraceful considering Oprah's past. If you don't know, Oprah was touched inappropriately by her uncle a lot. Like, as far as I understand, it was like all the things you can do.
These allegations conflicted with Oprah's public persona as a champion of women's empowerment and a supporter of the hashtag #MeToo movement. Some argued that her association with Weinstein demonstrated a double standard in her treatment of accused individuals. And this is not the worst of it all. One of Oprah's most notorious moves was her decision to feature the self-proclaimed healer and criminal extraordinaire, John of God, on her show. Picture.
Oh, jeez, John of God. When I was doing self-help, trying to get better, doing therapy, etc., I would do self-help groups, and some of the people were all into John of God. I looked into him, and I was like, oh, he's a wizard. Those things don't reel. Wizards don't reel at all. So,
a Brazilian healer who claims to possess spiritual powers and uses them to purportedly heal people. Sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie, right? Well, in this case, reality turned out to be even stranger than fiction. John of God, as he came to be known, managed a healing facility in Brazil where vulnerable individuals sought solace and spiritual guidance. Little did they know that the man they were entrusting their well-being to had a dark and sinister side. It wasn't long before the truth about John of God's criminal activities came to light.
What does it say here? Celebrity Brazilian healer John of God, once featured by Oprah, surrenders on abuse charges.
Reports of SA and AB began to emerge, painting a chilling portrait of a man who shamelessly took advantage of those who sought his help. But what's truly mind-boggling is the role that Oprah played in catapulting John of God into the limelight. By featuring him on her show, she bestowed upon him a stamp of legitimacy, giving him access to a wider audience and inadvertently endorsing his criminal behavior. This eyebrow-raising incident took place back in 2010 during one of Oprah's attention-grabbing segments titled, "Do You Believe in Miracles?" Little did her audience know that the miracle they were about to witness was the rise of a criminal under the guise of a spiritual healer. Anyway, while Oprah did attempt to salvage her reputation by expressing empathy towards the brave women who came forward with allegations against John of God, it's clear that her involvement had already left an indelible mark. The damage had been done, and the sinister connection between Oprah and this criminal healer would forever be etched in the annals of scandalous history. And as if this is not bad enough already, Oprah Winfrey's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa has always been a hotbed of controversy. In 2007, Oprah opened the Leadership Academy for Girls, inspired by Nelson Mandela.
What does this say here? How Nelson Mandela inspired Oprah Winfrey to change the lives of South African girls. That just sounds bad.
And her promise to him. Little did anyone know that this venture would become a hotbed of controversy, stirring up whispers and skepticism from day one. As soon as news broke about Oprah's ambitious project, the South African government wasted no time in expressing their disdain. They criticized the exorbitant cost of the school and questioned its relevance in a country plagued by poverty. But did Oprah let that deter her? Not a chance. With an air of grandiosity and a touch of arrogance, she forged ahead, creating a glitzy institution that boasted luxurious salons and extravagant gyms. And that's when the conspiracy theories began to take flight. Whispers spread like wildfire, with many suggesting that the lavish school served as a front for something much darker: illegal human trade. The opulence and extravagance raised eyebrows and fueled suspicions that innocent young girls were being groomed for a life of exploitation. While no concrete evidence...
That would not surprise me. I've known, a few people from South Africa, and they're like, yeah, the things they do to their girls there, they're okay with it. They don't even care. So it's just horrible. And the people that I know they wouldn't do that sort of thing, but we're like talking about this tradition that they have of just terrible things they do to their children.
Evidence ever surfaced to support these scandalous claims, it's impossible to deny that the whispers added a layer of intrigue and suspicion to the already controversial academy. But it didn't stop there. Scandals and controversies soon plagued the institution, exposing a dark and seedy underbelly that Oprah had fought so hard to keep hidden. One shocking incident involved an employee named Virginia, whose role involved overseeing the dormitories. It was discovered that she had engaged in highly inappropriate conduct with not one, but multiple students between the ages of 13 and 15. These vulnerable young girls, handpicked by Oprah herself, fell victim to the very person entrusted with their care. It was a stain on Oprah's reputation and a disturbing reflection of the Academy's inner workings. Desperate to salvage her image and protect the brand she had built, Oprah swooped in with a team of investigators to uncover the truth, but the darkness didn't dissipate with Virginia's scandal. Less than 2 years later, another controversy erupted within the walls of Oprah's Academy. Disturbing revelations emerged, shedding light on a culture of violence and intimidation among the students. It was revealed that a 15-year-old girl had been pressuring victims into silence, coercing them not to report the physical altercations to their parents or authorities. Shockingly, 7 students were suspended for their involvement in intimidating behavior and inappropriate acts. Despite Oprah's attempts to address these issues, it seemed that the problems were deeply ingrained within the Academy's very foundation. Meanwhile, fans have not been shy about expressing their disgust for the alleged actions of these Hollywood elites. One fan commented, "She's a handler, and I'm happy to see more people are becoming aware of the toxic person she truly is." Anyway, that's it for this video, folks.
Wow, so that's horrifying. Let me know if you know about any of this stuff. I don't know if this is all hearsay. You can put out anything that says anything about anybody these days. Oh man, I wish this was just not reality. I mean, that this didn't happen to children. It's just wow. But here it is. All right, well, thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far. Now, here is A Very Hungry Road.